Super hard.
You sound good on the
right
mic.
in the kitchen.
I want people to recognize your voice. Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have a very, very good friend that I've known for at least 20 years or more.
Oh, they know his voice.
Yeah, and I haven't seen you for so long. Do I say Travie McCoy, Travis McCoy? What do you like?
Whatever
I like
tickles
Travie.
your pickle.
I like Travie.
Whatever tickles your pickle, Tobe.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, man. Like you said, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, man. It was interesting yesterday because Adam22 was on, and then I was like, who do you got next? Like, Travis. I'm like, get the fuck out. He's coming here tomorrow. It's just a small world, man.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yesterday was a strange day, all in all. Like,
yeah.
Because I did the no jumper, and he was late coming from your spot. And then he's like, yo, he's like, I just came from Toby's. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm doing this shit tomorrow. And I showed him the tattoos that you did on me.
Yeah.
The PMA tattoo. And I called you out for being super heavy-handed as well. Like,
I'm sure. Sorry about that.
This motherfucker had the gun in my shit, like a dungeon dragon and shit. But and then so we go right after was it right after No Jumper we went to the tank? Yeah, so right after Adam's podcast, No Jumper, we went to this place called the Float Lab.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Insane.
Never done it.
I've been stoked to do it all my life, but scared at the same time. Like scared as shit. But we did it, and I came out feeling like a jellyfish, but feeling like a newborn.
Is your head in there? Because I get claustrophobic with shit like that.
Well, yeah. You're basically. You climb in, your feet are to the door, and you like lay back. You have earplugs in, so the water comes like cheek high.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like over your ears, but like it's completely black, completely silent, and it's just you with you. Damn. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty intense, man.
So you're it's like an eggshell kind of thing, or?
Nah, it kind of looks like a freezer or butcher would have.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not to freak you out anymore, but
so how long are you in there for?
2 hours.
Fuck,
yo,
man.
But the thing is, like, you have no concept of anything while you're in there. So, like, when they knock, I'm like, damn, that was 2 hours. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Like, it was it was already nighttime.
Are you
shit.
asleep?
Like,
you fall asleep?
I didn't fall asleep. I definitely was like in a
zoning.
Yeah, zoning hard. Like, and then you open your eyes and everything's still completely black. So your eyes and brain are trying to like make sense of what's going on. So you start seeing like shapes and shit. Like it was some crazy.
Wow.
I'll tell you, I had the best sleep I've had in a long ass time.
So you feel refreshed when you get out of there.
Oh, absolutely, and hungry.
And you can't hear nothing. Your heartbeat, nothing. Your head.
You actually like that would
trip
all you
me
can
out.
hear.
Okay.
You can hear like your breathing and your heartbeat. Like,
damn,
it's intense, man.
And so what's that supposed to do for you? Just
just a break from all this fucking madness. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like a complete break, and it's you and you alone. Just like, and it's funny because I was
with your thoughts.
With your thoughts, and the thing is, like, for me, with my experience, like yesterday, when you first go in, you're thinking about everything, like, because you're just there in the dark, and I'm like,
yeah,
fuck. And then once you like hone in and like, all right, I got 2 hours to just do nothing. Like that's when you like kind of lock in and get comfortable and float.
Zone out, yeah.
Float on.
2 hours away from your phone's pretty fucking awesome.
See,
too.
Yo, like 2 hours away from everything.
Yeah.
It's even better. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like,
that's like the main fucking addiction for all of us, I think, the phone. But
yeah, for sure.
So you would do it again. I'm going to try it too. You told me where it is. I'm definitely going to try that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Where's it? Westwood, you said? Yeah, you got to. And then you got to call me and tell me how your experience was.
Yeah. So yeah, that would probably trip me out, but I definitely want to do it. And when people get, what's that called when they get their full body scanned or like an X-ray or MRI or something?
Yeah,
you go inside that thing.
I've had to do that many times.
That looks scary to me.
That shit is scary. And the thing about that is like you go in and you're like laid flat. You're laid flat, but then you just hear this kank, like it sounds like somebody's taking a fucking like a wrench and just smashing on the side of the machine you're in.
Wow.
And they give you headphones, but it doesn't do anything. Like you can feel it going through, but it's that shit was scary. Like compared to the float tank, nothing. Like that's some other shit. Like
what'd you have to get that for?
A ton of shit, knee surgeries, shit. Like I had a concussion once and I had to go into that motherfucker too. And
damn.
Yeah, that shit's scary.
I've always seen this. I get tripped out just going into like a bathroom on an airplane. Yeah. I don't know why. It's so.
Oh man,
it shit trips me out
too.
too.
Travie is 6'6" and as big as me, bro. Like I gotta like yo, I can't. You can't really see what I'm doing right now, but you gotta like. I gotta like maneuver and like pop a shoulder out of place and shit to get out.
Just to go to the bathroom in there.
Sit back, readjust.
How tall are you? 6'6", you said?
Yeah, man.
How tall do you think Adam is?
He might be. He might. I seen the pic. We took a picture.
Yeah.
And we're kind of. He might be 6'5", 6'6".
Okay, yeah. That was
I just have terrible posture. That's the thing. I got to work on that.
So, how are you doing good through the pandemic and stuff?
I mean, in the beginning, I mean, it was. I'd like to think it was just as scary for everybody else as it was for me. Like, in New York was fucking.
It's crazy,
man.
Oh,
man. Like, seeing pictures of Times Square completely empty. You know what I mean? Like, the shit looked like I'm Legend. Like, for real. Like, I was waiting for the deer to pop out and shit. Like,
it was fucking crazy,
insane.
Man.
It's still a little wacky. You know what I mean? Like, because they've kind of opened up, but people are acting like this shit doesn't exist still. Like people are overzealous. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been locked up for a year. But in the beginning, I was like, double gloved, mask.
Me
if
too.
I had to go, bro, I was not playing.
Store.
Hell yeah, I was not spraying everything before I left and when I got home.
We would take our clothes up on the front porch and bring them to the washing machine. My son like a gas mask. It was banana. We were tripping on it too because we didn't know.
Nobody knows.
Fucking know, man.
There's no fucking manuscript that comes with, or you know what I mean, like a guideline. This is what you do during a pandemic, especially when your fucking government doesn't know what to do. What the fuck are we supposed to do?
It's true.
You know but
we weren't shook. We were just really so like over the top, man.
And, I mean,
everybody was, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And then slowly went to one pair of gloves and no gloves and like.
Yeah.
You gotta stay with the hand sanitizer though.
Always.
That's a must.
I think it's making it be more conscious, just being clean anyway. Always wash your hands.
That's what kind of cracked me up when the shit first started because they're like. Wash your hands. You should be washing your motherfucking hands any goddamn way.
Everybody should know that anyway. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, they teach you that shit in kindergarten and shit. Like, always wash your hands.
Yeah, I feel like that. We're more cleaner and more conscious about.
Yeah. But I mean, that may be one of the best things to come out of this. We got a lot. People are a lot cleaner in this country.
And you're upstate too, so you're kind of secluded anyway.
Yeah, I'm super secluded, bro. Like, I'm in.
The woods,
grizzled. Yeah.
Is it weird going from like Manhattan to like to woods? Well, you grew up there anyway.
I grew up in Geneva. Geneva's a super small town, so I mean, all that shit was in me. Like going camping with my dad back in the day. So like, I'm a woodsman. I actually have a tent like out on the property that I go out and like
really.
Me and my fiance are getting into it. I'll just I'm going to sleep in the tent. And start a little fire and shit. Like,
wow.
I watch Naked and Afraid a lot too. I haven't done it naked yet though.
That's a sick show.
That's the next part.
Would you go on that show?
Hell no.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Hell no.
That's a wild ass show. And then there's that show Alone too. That I heard it's insane.
Wait, Alone,
dude. Everybody's talking about you just alone out there. There's nothing really. I think you have your own camera. You gotta look it up. I heard it's fucking bananas. I haven't seen it yet.
See, the thing with Naked and Afraid to me was like in the beginning I was like, I mean I still watch it, but I got completely like hooked on it. But then like as the seasons progressed, like they're like, all right, now you can have a bow and arrow. All right, now you can have a couple more things.
That's
like
cheating,
man. That's totally cheating, man. Like you got to pull some Bear Grylls shit. You know what I mean? Like
you think you could do that though for a couple days?
I think I could do it for a couple days.
Okay.
Max. Max. I don't know I can't do it butt naked. Yo, on one of the last episodes I saw, I think they were down in Louisiana in the swamps and shit, and they caught this shit on their nuts called it's called because they have all those nutrias down there, those big ass rats.
Oh yeah.
So I think they call it Nutria itch or something. So when they shit and piss in that water, and it got on a couple of dudes' balls, so they had this crazy burning rash. I'm like, dude. Some shit like that happened to me. I'm tapping, like, bro, you got to come get me out of here.
Fuck that,
like,
dude. That's fucking scary, man.
It's very scary. Like,
they got leeches in some spots.
Oh yeah, leeches. It was all kinds of nasty shit. And then you get cut. Like they have the medics come out. You know what I'm saying? But then I started putting two together. I'm like they're being videotaped. There's got to be an asshole cameraman just looking at it, watching them snacking on a Snickers,
catering trucks, and
like just laughing at these motherfuckers. Like,
no, it's
eating
true.
Pizza, like,
yeah, there's got to be catering out there. There's people out
that
there
need to eat that ain't butt naked in the woods. You know?
That's why Alone. I want to check that out. Suppose that's just them and their own shit, which still is kind of hard to believe because there's got to be a lot of loss. I don't know. It's like a lot of shit.
There's another one called Dual Survivor that I liked. I don't think they have it anymore, but it was like the top two real like survivors from Naked and Afraid, and just them out on these different places, but they were like not surviving. They were like thriving, like stacks of meat, like doing, like crushing it. And I was like, and that's when you start thinking like, man, maybe I could do this shit. But these dudes have been doing this shit their whole lives.
It'd be hard for me not eating meat. I'd be eating
that's true.
Like grass and shit.
I didn't even bring that. I didn't even think of that. It'd be super hard. But actually, there's been a bunch of vegans on the show. Yeah, but
there's been some that I saw started eating animals on. Like, fuck, I gotta survive.
Fuck it, I'll eat a frog.
They started with crickets, and then they started like, fuck, I gotta eat.
Like, I gotta get them.
Damn, yeah, I couldn't do it, man.
I think I saw one chick that was vegan make it through. But
really?
she knew everything about like every single plant, you know what I mean? So she knew what she could eat and what she couldn't.
She wasn't eating poison oak and shit.
Nah, hell no. She was on it.
So how was it for you growing up in Geneva? I never even heard of Geneva. I maybe heard it later on, but like
nobody
I know like Hudson and like New Rochelle and Poughkeepsie and Albany and all that stuff.
Like, and that's literally 4.5-5 hours from Geneva.
Really?
That's how deep it was. Like Geneva's like literally like right in the middle of Syracuse and Rochester.
Okay.
So like, but if you're from the city and you tell somebody that you're from upstate, they automatically think like up where you talk like New Rochelle,
Buffalo, all that,
like,
yeah.
But they don't think that like there's this whole rest of the state. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
New York's a big state, man.
It's huge.
You only think of New York City only, like not the outskirts shit. Like
that's what. And anybody that's not from New York, they just think, oh, you're from New York City. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Geneva's a small college town. Nothing really that special except the fact that it was on a lake. So a lot of times swimming, like swimming with my cousins and fishing with my pops and shit. Like, but I wouldn't have had it any other way, man. I'm kind of glad I grew up, so secluded from everything because it made me want to search. You know what I'm saying? Like, for whatever else was out there. You know what I mean? Like I knew from a young age that like that fishbowl was too small for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to get out some way, or whether. I remember graduating and going. I mean, gym class had already been started. We started gym class in 10th grade, like 97, and I graduated in 99. I'm like, all right, I got one or two choices. Like, I'm gonna go to art school, or I'm gonna fucking buckle down and make this shit happen with the band. And so we all decided to go to college, but we kept the band together, and it broadened our like tri-state access as far as getting shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but back to Geneva, I wouldn't have it any other way. I met my best friends, you know what I'm saying, for life.
Yeah, you have siblings too?
What's that?
Siblings?
Oh yeah. I got, my family's huge. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm the only one without any kids yet, but working on it. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Working on it.
Yeah, you're still young.
Working on it.
So growing up there too, what was like first exposure to music or wanting to get involved in music?
My dad. He plays bass still to this day. Like, so I grew up with him, like jamming with his homies and shit. And there was always music.
Yeah. Always
music in the house. And like my mom, like my dad was into everything. You know what I mean? From, Philly soul, Gamble and Huff type shit to Guns N' Roses. Like, you name it. He just wanted to play to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my mom, she was like just as into Sade and like Karen White as she was into Poison and fucking, that type
I love
of
that,
shit.
man.
It was just this crazy like musical like menagerie.
It's great though.
That makes sense. But
it's a great mix.
Yeah. So like
Hall & Oates in there too. Is that something?
Obviously.
I know.
Obviously. So like my dad actually introduced me to Hall & Oates, and I was just like hooked like automatically, like, and I think anybody who's heard of or listened to Hall & Oates can vouch for that, how soothing and therapeutic Daryl's voice is. I sound like a stalker, bro.
Doesn't he live in upstate New York too?
He actually
He has
a restaurant not too far from where I live.
Oh,
I think it's in Pauling, New York.
Is there a picture on there not to let you in, or
what's that?
Is there a picture on the wall not to let you in?
Now you know what's crazy though. He has that show live from.
I heard about it.
So I was actually the first guest musician he had on that shit.
Shit.
But that's when it was still being broadcast like via the internet before he got on broadcasted on I think he started on Palladium, and now it's just on. Was it on now? Yeah, it's on one of those big channels.
Was that your first time meeting him?
He actually came out. So here, this is a funny story. We named one of our first headlining tours.
I saw that.
Yeah, the Daryl Hall for President tour. I think it was around, when was that? 07? It was a Daryl Hall for President tour, and his camp caught wind of it, and they're like, "Yo, these guys like making jokes." You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're trying to hit us with the cease and desist, and they're like, "Nah, like real shit. Like, Travie's like the biggest fucking Hall & Oates fan in the world." Like, and so they started talking, blah blah, and we sent him a t-shirt, every t-shirt that we had for the tour. In Stokes. So he came out. We had a show. Remember back in the day, that show where it was a radio show and Akon pulled the kid on stage and like suplexed him?
Yeah.
It was that show. It was that exact show. I'll never forget this shit.
Holy shit.
Daryl Hall came out to meet me like at that show, and I'm side stage. I'm like Akon's like, "Yo, who threw that?" And everybody points at the kid. He's like, "Come here." That was historic, iconic moment.
Yeah,
lifts him over his head and just tosses him. Like, man, I'm like, damn, Daryl left. He left. I know he's gone. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What am I? Yeah, where am I?
Yo, so we play, and then we get off stage, and he comes around the corner in his like leather motorcycle jacket, and I'm like, Daryl, I'm Trav. What's up, man? Like. And it's like sweet, soft spoken, you know what I'm saying? He's like, "Man, you guys really killed." Like, yo, it was intense. And then not too long after that, we started working on the quilt and a song called "Live Forever." And I asked him if he'd be down to sing the hook, and he was like, "Of course." Like, and I'm like, so. And rest in peace to Tbone, who Tbone Woke was kind of like he played with them live, and he was like on live from Daryl's. He was kind of like the and in Hall & Oates, and he passed away a few years ago.
Oh wow!
But he engineered the session, and at the end of the song, Daryl started doing like this kind of like freestyle, like just riffing, and like. Bro, I started like crying in the control room. I'm like, Tbone, keep it rolling. Don't let this shit stop. Don't just keep it going. Let him rock. And we left it on, and the song clocks out like 7 or 8 minutes just because he just went ham at the end. And like,
holy shit!
And the shit he was saying, it was just like this stream of consciousness shit, but it was like totally what the song was talking about, and I was just like, it was just a magic. I'm getting tingle bunnies.
Damn, that's fucking crazy, man.
It was wild, but
that's incredible. Have him on your album too, and. He's such a fan too.
Fucking.
Did he trip on your tats?
Oh, they bugged out. They were actually doing they were doing something for A&E, like kind of like they were being interviewed, and the lady was like, "Are you aware that the lead singer from Gym Class Heroes has your faces tattooed on his hands?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, and then they're like, "Yeah, Travis is a great dude, really great dude," and then he goes. I don't want to get into implications of what that's going to do for his sex life and shit. And I started dying. Like, thanks, Daryl.
That's amazing, man.
But yeah, he's a sweetheart, man. They both are.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see him play for the first time. They're playing out here at the Rose Bowl. I know. I never seen him, and I heard it's just like every song's a hit. They have so many amazing songs. Man.
I remember the first time I went to see them when I was younger. My mom got me tickets for my birthday, and it was in Elmira, New York, and literally. Stadium just like or an arena just full of like middle-aged white women looking at me like, "What are you doing here?" Like, I'm like, "Bitch, I'm trying to throw my drawers on stage too." You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see like the crowd too.
Yeah,
like,
it's wild.
Those dudes like almost 60, right?
Fuck. Like there or above. I don't want to age nobody though. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
I'm just slipping into my 20s, you know.
So you, so did you get into punk rock and skateboarding at kind of the same time?
Yeah, high school. You know what I'm saying? Like those weird formative years when you're not really sure of what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like or like where you want to be. Or like, I mean, I obviously knew I was the fucking sore thumb from go. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like that. For me, started with skateboarding. Like I was actually the band came later, but I had a friend named Tyler Ballard, and he lived like maybe a half a mile from the apartment complex I lived in, and we became really good friends. And he put me on to he gave me it's funny, believe it or not, he gave me Punk and Drublic and fucking.
Oh shit! No effects.
Sick of It All.
Yeah.
Built to Last, I believe it was.
Yep.
And another tape, and it was just. That's when I started like searching for more. I need more of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where it kind of began. And then him and I and our friend Lucas Hubbard started a punk band. I played drums in. We were called the Antisocial. Just the corniest name in the world. But yeah, so that's kind of like how I kind of got into punk. And then, you know, we started the band and started going to shows and like there wasn't a lot of black kids going to hardcore punk shows back in the day. You know? So like this big 6-foot kid, like black kid in the shows, and kids are like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? Like, till I start doing, you know what I mean, drop kicking motherfuckers, and like, okay, I think he's legit. But I mean, I never felt the need to like search for vindication or validation. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't easy. Like, you know what I mean? Going to school, like. Because kids would like test you, you know, like, oh, like I'm wearing a Terror shirt or a H2O shirt, like, dude, name one song, like, you know, I mean, like that weird, like
check you and
elitist shit, like, that's so corny, and like I'm glad I never
Punk Rock Police,
the worst,
so corny.
But like the crazy part is I get the same shit from black kids, you mean, like. Look at Travie over here trying to hang with the white kids and shit, and like, nah, bro, like I'm just doing what the fuck I do. And all y'all motherfuckers gonna know that shit in a few years. I guarantee that. But it was tough, man. It was really tough. Like, but at the same time, like, I felt like, you know, even though like you getting picked on, that's kids suck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
totally.
Kids suck, and most of those kids that we're talking shit peaked in high school and did like everything that they're gonna fucking ever do within those 4 years. So I was good. I was like, fuck it. And I felt like I had something that was mine. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like this is mine, and I don't have to share it with nobody. You know what I mean? Except for like, you know, when I'm home or when I'm hanging with, you know, the boys and shit. Like, we can geek out and read the lyrics and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you list, all that shit.
All that shit. You get into all, like, you really get into it. You know what I mean? I miss those days because now everything's digital and like
searching for the record or seeing all that stuff. Yeah, like, going to the record stores.
Just like or the you know, the walk home from the record shop and just going through, like, just being so stoked to like putting the tape or CD in your pocket and just going through the shit. Like, you know, looking for credits and thank you, like you said, you know, thank yous and lyrics and shit. Like, man, I miss those fucking days.
Such a big part of it too.
Such a big part, dude.
You're just like, finding stuff and searching for things, and
I mean, I used to buy records just because they had cool album covers. You know what I mean? Just see what the fuck I got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're like mostly into into art mostly in school too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have graduated if I didn't have a cool guidance counselor, because I was the worst student ever. Like, literally, like, I was just in the back of class, like, catching tags in all my notebooks for every class. And my guidance counselor one day brought me in. He's like, listen, he's like, you're not going to graduate if you don't fucking stick it this year, like, for real, for real. And I'm like, well, I mean, honestly, I thought I wasn't going to graduate anyway. So you're telling me I have a chance? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm like, cool. So he basically finagled a way for me to not take a second language, which I kind of wish I had, but he got me more art classes, and like that, like, helped me get through my senior year. And so shout out to Mr. Corcoran, rest in peace. He was a great dude.
It's amazing to have somebody like that, man.
Yeah, I think he definitely saw something. He's like, we got to get this kid out of here, so you can get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, were your parents strict about school for you or grades? And
hell yeah. My dad was he wasn't physical at all, like, but he was like fucking like the master of punishment, like the master of grounding. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'd ground you and forget he grounded you. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be scared to ask, like, am I off yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, fuck it, man. I'm in this bitch. But
damn.
But then like, my dad would go so hard as, like, he would take, like, paper and pens from me so I couldn't draw or write. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless I was
how he
doing
punished
homework.
you.
Yeah. Like, he knew where to hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, without touching me. But but I remember one time, like, and it was probably my senior year, and I picked all my grades up after I got more art classes and shit, and I got like a B-, and he flipped out, and this is the first time I ever talked back to my dad ever. I grabbed my head, I was like, nothing I do is fucking good enough for you. And then it came out, and I kind of paused, like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, my dad is jacked, bro. Like, he was a professional bodybuilder when I was growing up.
Damn.
Like he has fucking crazy Popeye coconut muscles and shit. And I was
Is he bigger than you tall-wise?
Nah, okay. I tower over my whole family. Okay. But them damn coconuts, man, they'll put a motherfucker out. So this shit comes out my mouth, and I'm just staring at him. It's complete silence. He goes, all right, you right. Yeah, you ain't grounded. And I'm like, damn, I thought I was about to get laid the fuck out, man. But that was like the first time I ever like talked back to my dad. I still don't to this day because I know he got a mean right, bro.
Damn, still probably right. Yeah, you never beat your dad, like your dad's strength,
bro. Like that shit never goes away. Like, I mean, if you get your ass whooped by your kid, you need to go on Dr. Phil for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for real.
My son's getting tall, so it's like, yeah, pretty soon I'm gonna take him. Like, you never take me.
Nah,
I don't care how big you are. Like you're never taking your dad, man.
Never.
So you became a tattoo apprentice when you were 15?
15, yeah.
Damn, did you have tattoos on your body at 15 too?
Yeah, I think I got my first. I did my own first tattoo in 7th grade, so I was probably like 13 or 14. Yeah. It was
like some prison hand poke shit.
Exactly, like tied a little thread around. It was literally just a sewing needle and had a little cup of ink. And,
damn.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal, but I remember going to school the next day like, I'm on. You know what I mean?
It was your first taste of it, yeah.
But motherfuckers just thought I wrote it on there, and like after a week, they're like, "This motherfucker don't take baths." Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
15's young to be doing that shit.
Well, and you know, I'd
apprenticing,
been drawing into art since I was a snotty nose, and this tattoo shop opened up in my town, and I'd always go down there, look at the flash and shit, and the guy that owned it, this guy John Brown, I brought one of my black books down and just showed him some of the graffiti shit I was doing. He's like, you ever take a stab at tattooing? I was like, well, I did this little shit on my arm when I was a kid. And he's like, nah, like for real. I'm like, nah. He's like, why don't you come down to the shop next week? And I went down there, and I was down there every day. I mean, started off with all the bitch work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cleaning up everybody's station, the whole spiel.
Yeah.
Then he taught me how to make my own needles and shit, and just learned all the ropes, and then realized that I was pretty much the only person at this shop that could actually draw.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? So like, whenever anybody wanted something custom, yo Trav, you think you could do this? I'm like the fucking go-to draw tattoo for you, and you trace it guy. You know what I'm saying? But I remember I did my first tattoo on the guy that I apprenticed under, and he had quit smoking, so I drew this cigarette like kind of smashing itself out, and it had like eye. It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And he wanted it on the inside of his bicep, and that's like it's
a
tough.
rough spot.
You can blow out real fast. And I pulled my first line, and I was like, I literally got sick. I was like, man, I'm about to fuck this dude up. And he's like, suck it up, pussy, and keep going. I'm like, all right, you're not gonna leave me with no half-ass tattoo. And like, took me like fucking 5 hours, but crushed it. Like,
wow,
crushed it. And so believe it or not, the same guy that I tattooed apprenticed under, DJ Tamby, he's been crushing all the tattoo shows. Like
probably yeah.
I think he won. He's won a ton of those shits. But we apprenticed under the same dude, and that motherfucker, he's killing
it right now.
I think he's in Vegas, just crushing.
Does your dude still have that tattoo?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen him in ages, but it's pretty big. Like, it'd be a hard ass cover up. That's for sure.
Were your parents tripping? You were 15 working at a tattoo shop. Was that kind of weird for them or not?
I think my dad. I mean, I was with my dad at the time. I think he loved it. The fact that I was just doing something with art. You know what I mean? Like, and like who the best job ever? You know what I'm saying? Like,
were you staying out of trouble too, or were you kind of a wild kid? Because you said graffiti. Like,
yeah. I mean, as far like, but the thing with that, my first real tattoo was when I was probably right before I started my apprenticeship, and it was a spray can, and I'm one of like 3 kids that write graffiti in my town. So I'm like, this has to get covered up ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Because we had freight trains that parked right by the lake. So we go down there and paint for hours and hours because the one side of the freights faced the highway. And then the other side was just woods. So we just go out there and just fucking crush shit.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was so much fun, man.
Damn, so like tattooing, graffiti, everything artistic you can do to express yourself.
Pretty much Renaissance, man. I do what I does. Just blessed, man.
So then you're out. So now your band starts in high school, which is pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. And then you graduate. And so are you working at the time? Like, what is your move then?
Well,
because you're going to college, obviously, for art, yeah.
Yeah, I took a year off after I graduated before, and during that year, like everybody else went off to college.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do, but we were still playing shows and shit. And then I went off to art school in Utica, New York. So we were all basically spread out from Buffalo to fucking Oneonta. So like we had the whole like upstate on lock, so we'd play at each other's schools and shit, and then like word of mouth went around, so we got a lot more college gigs like tri-state area.
Yeah.
And the colleges pay money. Like,
hell yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, like I'm starting to see the fruits of my labors a little bit out this bitch, you know what I'm saying? And
colleges do it. When they have a budget, they have to spend it every year.
They have to spend it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't roll over, so they just like booking and booking and booking. And
Boston's crushed that circuit.
I bet they did. I bet a lot of people did. I know we did. We took advantage of it.
Back then, I remember the bands like, these guys paying colleges? It's like, then you
so
play with the
fun.
Boston, you're like, holy shit, now I get it. Like,
yeah.
It's a different world nobody tapped into.
And the best part was like being at that college age, playing colleges, leave the show and go straight to the party. You know what I'm saying? Like straight to the party, like you go to school to that bitch. You know what I mean? But
the keg parties and shit.
For real, it was wild, man. It was really wild.
So the guy you met in your band, you guys are actually in gym class together, Matt McKinley.
Yeah.
So you guys actually were in gym class together.
Yeah, it's a funny story. Like we actually met in math class.
Yeah.
And we sat next to each other, and we'd always crack jokes and shit on our math teacher, Miss Freifeld. And she split us apart one day. So you guys can't sit next to each other. And Matt stands up and goes, "Why?" Because I'm black, and he's obviously white. And I was like, "This is my best friend." Like already. That's
fucking awesome.
And then somehow I think either I got transferred to his gym class or he got transferred to mine. And kids would always fuck with him and bully. Matt was a skinny, like scrawny kid, and kids would always fuck with him. And I always like stand up for him, like knock motherfuckers out. I'm like, yo, leave my man alone. You know what I mean? And we were just like airtight from that point on. And then I kind of introduced him to some of my friends, and like just the whole crew. And rest in peace to my man Bob. But our friend, one of my best friends, passed away last year.
Sorry,
and him and his brother, they had a garage, and above the garage was like, we called it the game room. It was like our clubhouse. They had like every like video game system ever. They had a pool table, air hockey, foosball. They had a candy machine that you didn't have to pay for.
Sick.
Like, so we
was
all
a hangout. Yeah.
Oh, it was the best. It was the best. We still go up there from time to time too. Like when I go home and just reminisce and hang out.
Yeah.
But, so I introduced Matt to those guys, and we all became crew, and we just sit up there and watch skate videos and shit together. And I didn't even know that Matt was in a band when I met him. And this is while me and Tyler are trying to cut our chops in his garage. And then senior year, we played. Oh no, actually, this was when Matt, like, it was my homegirl Marta's senior year, and she had a graduation party, and she asked if my band would play, and Matt's band played, and they were called Hey Little Buddy at the time, and we were called The Antisocial, like I told you. And they didn't have a singer, so they were just like playing instrumental shit, and I went up and just started like rapping, and like shit was like, and Matt's jazz trained, and Milo was just a beast of guitar, so like they just started jamming, and like shit feels pretty good, you know what I'm saying? And we got together a couple weeks later, and gym class was born, man.
Damn.
Gym class was born.
But you played drums in the True Life Flares too at one point.
Oh, whoa, shit. Stop playing with me,
deep diving, bro.
You just went fully Nardwuar on me, yo.
And you were fucking taking the to the bus to Manhattan to fucking freestyle battle raps at fucking Fat Beats?
Well, I never really. I wouldn't say I battled. I don't want to say I battled. I witnessed a lot of dope battles at Fat Beats.
You were going out there like, yeah, that's cool.
Just to pick up dope, new music. My man Gary, I have to thank my man Gary for that plug, because he would do the same shit, like hop on a Greyhound, $12, go to the city, go to Fat Beats, and I bumped into so many like I remember days like Percy P would be outside. Everybody's outside slinging mixtapes. You know what I mean? That was like the spot back then. But
True Light Players is some
True Light Players. So listen, so this is a crazy story. I can't believe you brought it up. So my dad plays bass, as I told you.
Yeah.
And I had started writing raps like prior to starting gym class, and my brother used to rap too. And remind me to tell you, there's a plot twist though.
Okay.
So my dad gets like this little bullshit 4-track recorder, you know what I'm saying? And so we start like making them, like taking instrumentals from like, CD singles.
Yep.
And my dad would play bass over them, and then me and my brother would rap over them. And we called ourselves TLP, and it stood for True to Life Players. No, play us though. Play us.
Yeah.
And it was me, my dad, and my brother. And I thought my brother was the dopest rapper ever, right?
That's cool.
And one day I'm chilling, and I must have had my iPod on shuffle or some shit, and I hear my brother's rap. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Young MC. I'm like, yo! I called my brother. I was like, you piece of shit. You were biting, of all people, Young MC this whole time? I thought you were the dopest rapper ever when we were kids. And he's like, yeah, man. I ain't want to tell you, you know what I'm saying? But you was killing shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't come whack. I'm like, you came the wackest you could ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you was biting Young MC rhymes, like, throwing his name in. Like, come on, man. But yeah, that's crazy you know about that.
True Light Players. And then, okay, so is my dog cool over there?
She's chill. Yo, like,
okay.
I got this weird thing. I'm like, what's his name? Cesar Chavez? What's his name? The dog whisperer?
Oh, the dog whisperer. That's who you are?
Bro, it's crazy.
So you went to, you dropped out of college like 20 years old just to do music, basically, right?
Well, I actually, I fucked up my knee. While I was in art school, a friend of mine OD'd and died, and we went back for a funeral. And long story short, like, the day before the funeral, everybody was wasted trying to cope, you know what I mean? Like, we were young, you know what I'm saying? I never thought I'd have to deal with that
that's
at
horrible.
that age, you know what I'm saying? And so one of us, I can't remember who it was, but like, yo, there's a party down the street, let's go. And I'm like, not a good idea. You know, I know like everybody's in their feelings.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad, you know what I mean? And I was right. This whole shit went from a house party to a full-on like bar brawl, you know what I mean?
Damn.
And, long story short, I hit this kid and I followed through and I slipped and landed on my back and ripped my ACL, MCL, broke and twisted the meniscus. And like literally I was on my back and my foot was to the right of me. Like, out,
holy
like,
shit.
I'm like, oh shit. And I'm getting like kicked and shit. And like my friends are like trying to drag me out because I can't, like my legs like just wobbling, you know what I mean? So I tried to go back to school after they put me in this brace and shit. But then I was having complications at school and I went to the doctor like, yo, your leg is just hanging on by like muscle. Like your shit is just dangling. He's like, yo, this brace ain't doing shit but making it worse. Like if the shit heals like this. So I had to go back home, and one surgery ended up being two ended up being 3. And I think all in all it was like 4 like surgeries. And then that's when they put me on OxyContin, and then all that that's where all that bullshit started, you know what I mean?
How old were you then?
18, I think. 17, 18.
Were you partying before that? Just drinking, smoking?
Drinking and smoking, but I never touched pills or anything like that.
Damn.
And while I was in the hospital, there's like, yo, take them as prescribed, blah, blah. They're not addictive. All this is like
back then, nobody was even talking about it,
at all. It wasn't even a bleep on the fucking radar. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And I had ran out and got stupid sick. Like, I remember one time it was like 3 a.m. My dad at the time he wakes up at 4 a.m, goes for a jog, comes back, gets dressed and goes to work every morning. And like, it was like 3 a.m. My dad comes upstairs. I'm on the floor, like in my underwear and a wife beater, sweating with a butter knife, trying to like cut this cast off my leg. Like, I can't take this shit.
Holy shit.
He's like, but what the fuck is you on? I'm like, I literally hadn't slept for like 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I went back to the hospital and they're like, yo, you're going through withdrawals from the OxyContin and shit. And they're like, we're gonna have to wean you off. And I was like, I'm not taking that shit. There's no way. Like, if this shit makes me feel like this, I'm not taking this shit at all. So I literally quit cold turkey. And then, I mean, for a while. And then a year or two later, they started coming around, like, recreation. Like, kids got up on them. Like, hey, take one of these, you're gonna feel good. And I was like, all they did for me before was fucking make me not feel my fucked up knee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, like, now I'm fresh, you know what I'm saying? Like, got all the shit out of my system, and my dumb ass is like, oh, I'll take one, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
And it was just complete, like, fucking downward spiral, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
lucky to be on this podcast today.
Yeah,
you know
dude, because I've seen you a couple times. Because I'm so naive to that shit, because I never tried anything. So I think, oh, maybe it's just hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you right now this moment? Like, are you sober?
Fucking awesome. And it's funny that you say that, because yesterday I told Hodge, I was like, you know what? I was like I've always known Toby to be this upright, you know what I mean? Like, like straight, I mean, like straight dude. Like, and I mean, I've seen you like when I've been super clean. I've seen you when I've been super fucked up, but I've never felt judged by you.
Never,
ever,
bro.
Ever.
No,
And
I've worried. I've definitely worried, and I honestly want to say, probably thinking about it now, I feel like when I tattooed you, you on.
Oh, bro, I think I fell asleep at one point, bro.
Can
like,
we talk about this?
Yeah, absolutely,
dude. After that, I felt,
bro,
I got pictures of, dude. I want to say when I tattooed you, were fucking nodding off,
ass is
dude.
like this, like,
and I was like, holy fuck! And I don't know what. I don't even think about opioids or pills. I think about maybe high, because like I said, I'm maybe 51, but I'm still naive.
Mm-hmm.
And I was worried, dude. I was like, but this dude has this incredible career where he's maintained making amazing music, being a successful musician, but still maintain and still being on that always kind of tripped me out a little bit.
I was definitely a functioning addict for a long time, you know what I mean? But like this shit, I mean, I'm a prime example, and I mean, I hate to say it because it breaks my heart. You know, like Michael K. Williams, like this shit does not discriminate, bro. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care how much money you have. It doesn't care how many accolades you have. Like, it will grab onto you if you let it. It will fucking pull you under. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's sad. Like, I mean, and I'll never forget that, because I remember, like, when you first started these ones, and I was like, and then you did the One Life, One Chance over here. My ass is like, I'm like, and I'd wake up every now and then like, oh shit, like, I hope I'm not. I'm like, I hope I'm not moving, but I didn't even realize I'd been asleep, like completely nodded out for like.
Dude,
you know, it was wild, and bro, I was so like.
I always want to talk to you about this.
I was so embarrassed about that shit.
Fuck
man.
that. I was worried. I'm like, should I even be doing this? Is this guy get passed out? Is he gonna wake up? Am I gonna be here?
What the fuck did you do to me, Toby?
But my man's gonna like, something's gonna happen. I'm like, I'm tattooing all of a sudden. I don't know. This shit's scary, bro. I didn't fucking know,
so,
man.
but like.
But then you come on stage, sing "Thick in the Water" us, come to the show. You know what I mean? And you're focused.
All brand new.
But I just saw you different times.
There was like a switch I could hit for some reason. Like, whenever I had to be on, I was on, and like whenever I wanted to be off, I'll be off. You know what I mean? But the fun, like, the thing is, like, the fun part of being an addict goes away real fucking quick. Like, it goes away real fast, and then, you know, like, after that, you're literally just maintaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to feel, because you, like, once you get a taste of withdrawals, the last thing you ever want to do is feel that way again.
Yeah,
so you just keep
imagine.
Keep it up, and bro, like, I was telling Adam yesterday, you know, there's like pinnacle moments in my career that I literally don't remember. Like, I really don't remember, and I'll see it on YouTube, like, damn, I don't remember that shit at all, but I tore it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
so when Gym Class Hero started, you were on those from the jump?
No,
okay,
not in 10th grade for sure, but
like when you graduated,
and the thing is, I wasn't like a social junkie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the back lounge, with the door locked. You know what I'm saying? Like, isolated as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let me know when showtime is. It came to that, and like, it was sad because I never wanted anybody to worry, you know what I'm saying, or like be worried. 2, in my stupid junkie mind at the time, I thought nobody knew, and everybody knew. You know what I mean? Everybody.
People trying to reach out to you, like, does addiction run in your family?
I mean, my both my parents struggled with alcohol when I was growing up. My mom's still like going through her situation, and you know what I mean. And I remember like specifically telling myself as a kid, like, I'm never gonna smoke a cigarette, I'm never gonna drink a beer, you know what I'm saying, like never, like telling myself that. And I remember, and fuck you, Kyle Bertelson, if you're listening. He was the first kid at my bus stop that gave me a Marlboro Light, and I've been smoking ever since. So fuck that dude.
Damn.
Fuck that dude.
Wow.
But yeah,
you remember, you have good memory too for all the shit you
Kyle fucking Bertelson.
You remember shit like that though, you know what I mean? Those fucking moments. So how long you been off it for now?
I stopped.
Is it still a struggle?
Yeah, well, not at all. Like,
okay.
As far as opiates, like, I stopped counting because I feel like the more I focus on how long I've been off that shit, the more it's in my head. You know what I mean? And I feel like the more, it's not even a thought anymore.
Wow.
But I did notice, you know what I mean? Like, I'd still drink here and there, but during like COVID, I started going really, really, really like. Not hard. No, I was going hard. You know what I mean? And
what, drinking you mean, or?
Yeah,
okay.
Just, being stuck in the house,
of
not
course.
having anything to do it, like, and that's the worst thing for anybody, that's in recovery is being isolated, not having anything to do. You know what I mean? Like, so it started off with just drinking a little rosé here and there, and then to drinking bottles of Bacardi, you know what I'm saying? And like,
I'll be getting late night texts from you too. I'm like, damn, it's gotta be like 2 or 3 in the morning.
That's me. That's me.
And I'm like, shit, it's like midnight here. I'm like, fuck, man.
That's like, and that's one thing I'm proud of though. Like when I was drinking heavy, and honestly, I noticed that I was going a little hard. Yeah, I was gonna get ahead of myself, but I'm gonna reel it back real quick. I noticed I was
all
going
good.
hard,
No.
And so I said, fuck this. Like the last, especially after the 2020, and then going through all these different changes with gym class kind of disbanding.
Was that an effect on that too? Your addiction with the band expanding, like
disbanding? I mean that there was just a ton of shit that I feel that I was kind of like trying to put a Band-Aid on, with the drinking and shit. But right before I turned 40, thanks to Hodge and my fiance,
what up, Hodge?
And everybody else who was aware of what I was doing, I detoxed. I did like a week detox. I had a nurse come stay with me, and I haven't. It's been almost a month. I haven't had a drink in 6 weeks.
Wow, man, it's fucking awesome. Congratulations.
I feel fucking beautiful, man. Like, and just to have people you that know you and love you say, yo, like, you look like you have life in your face again. You know what I'm saying?
I totally see that, dude.
As
soon as you walked in, I was actually wondering myself, is he going to be high or not? I thought that today. Because the last time I saw you was that. Right? But I'm like, there's no way this dude's out here with Hodge and he's like doing all this shit. Like, he's fucking focused. He's back.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck, man, that's crazy. And so detoxing from that is almost like heroin and stuff like that too?
Nah, it's I mean, I was scared it was gonna be. I mean, because I all like when I was touring heavy when we were younger, I'd drink like a fish. You know what I'm saying? Like just partying with the homies and shit. But I remember one time I just quit cold turkey and I went through it like cold sweats. It was not. I wouldn't compare it to getting off dope at all, but it's very dangerous, like super dangerous. Like you can have seizures and fucking delirium. What they call delirium tremens.
Does it fuck up your insides too? Like
it destroys your liver, obviously. You know what I mean? You get cirrhosis.
So I'm sorry, opioids too. I'm thinking about too. Yeah, does that fuck you up too? Your body?
Oh, it tears you up. Like all that shit because it has to be filtered through your body. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm happy my shit's still working. Everything's in place, but.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I haven't been this focused probably since right before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I was like, all right, I know what the fuck is going on. At least I have a better idea than I did a week ago. A week ago. I don't know how I keep doing it, but
no, that's
Bobby Shmurda.
And then there's people around you that are all hooked up, so you have to cut all ties, or people do the same thing. They're partying with you.
Well, I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm only hanging out with me and my fiance.
No, I'm saying, but before that, were the people around you like supplying and hanging out with you, getting high with you, or was it just something you did by yourself?
Oh no, that absolutely by myself. Like I didn't want anybody to know that.
Yeah.
You know, like this dude does fucking dope. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was like the scumbag shit to do back then. Like, apparently it's cool to be slumped and fucking drooling on yourself, you know? It's sad. It's really sad. And like, you know, a lot of these fucking rappers that are out here pushing, you know, like glorifying, you know, like drinking syrup and all that shit, and like, you know, these little kids are running around with double cups and shit. Like, half of these motherfuckers don't do a drug, you know what I mean? Like, or barely drink, you know what I'm saying? But like,
it's crazy. That's still a thing. Sipping on some syrup, like all that's still a thing.
It's a culture thing. Like, it's destructive as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad I never, you know, I kept my shit to myself. I mean, I poured it out in music, but never glorified this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just gave my experience. You know?
Do you feel like you want to speak on it now, being sober and going through it? It could help people. For
sure. I mean, I've definitely, you know, after shows, kids would come up to me like, "Yo, like seeing you do better." You know, like what, like I like back in the day, I'd have spurts of sobriety. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like this is probably definitely the longest I've been straight for. You know what I'm saying? Except for this little alcohol situation, but
that's all right.
Like, you know, kids come up to me after shows and shit like, "Damn, like you really helped me," you know, and like, just those interactions, like knowing something that you put your heart into, saved the kid's life. You know what I mean? And
100%.
like, I mean, you know better than anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you got fucking. You saved a whole lot of kids' lives.
Thank
you, man. Absolutely.
So there was really no soberness of you during the gym class heroes days, really?
There were spurts. There were spurts, you know, where I tried, but they didn't last long.
Do you feel creative when you're on opioids? You feel more creative to write and
hell no. Like, you just feel good. I mean, in the beginning, you feel good, and then you feel like once that phase, you feel like shit when you don't have it. But like,
some people smoke weed and they get writing songs and they're.
I mean, that even with that, like, I never smoked weed and felt like, oh shit, masterpiece time. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm like, nah, where the Cheetos at? You know what I'm saying? Like, where the Cheetos at?
Yeah.
I need a milkshake. Like, there's never been a drug, and I've done my share. There's never been a drug that's made me feel more creative. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, except caffeine when I'm tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a cup of coffee.
But do you think opioids have fucked up your creativity?
Oh, it definitely
held you back.
I feel like it dulled me in a lot of ways.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? One thing I used to pride myself on, and I caught myself and I stopped it, like dead in its tracks. I used to pride myself on my onstage banter, like in between songs, like I think I probably could have had a career in stand up if I really like focused, but I used to pride myself on like making the crowd crack up in between songs while they were retuning, and then it became like almost robotic, where I would like say the same shit in between songs, and I'm like, this shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, cause like I used to like, sometimes I'd fuck up and like, you know, like, but like it was just fun. And then, you know, and then also you got to keep in mind the fact that there's kids that are coming to multiple shows and they don't want to see the same fucking show they saw last night. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I've been guilty of that too. Like, you're on a tour, on a Warp tour or something. Yeah.
You get super robotic and, but like, I just like to keep it fun. So I tapped out of that shit real quick. And the thing is, I saw other bands do it. I'm like, oh, so you can get away with that shit? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's like almost scripted.
Exactly. But I feel like the pills had a lot to do with that too. It's like just way easier.
Wow.
To fucking just say the same shit instead of trying to be clever on the spot. You know what I'm saying? But like going back to, you know, like fucking with crowds and like, you know, like picking kids out of crowds and like cracking on them, or you know what I mean? like that shit put a whole new battery in my back, and maybe not like I can't wait for the next show, so I'm about to fuck them up. You know what I'm saying?
But now it's gonna be new, and you're going back on stage for the first time sober. It's gonna be so exciting, like a whole new world for you. You know what I mean? Like,
and those sporadic times where I did do sober tour here and there, like that high getting off stage is not the same when you're fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's so different.
Well,
I don't know. I never been fucked up, but the high coming off stage is this different level that
absolutely.
It's hard to explain to people unless you really done it. You know what I mean?
And the connection during. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like when you're zoned out, like when you're like doped out, like there's no connection there. Like
Yeah.
you can front, like, you know what I mean, but like you're not thinking about nothing but getting the show done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so you can go be stupid.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing the difference, you know, like it's got me just super excited to get back out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, man. I mean,
again.
I want to say that you were like the first person I ever heard do a song with Bruno Mars.
I think I was.
I think you're the first person, because I knew you personally anyway, but
Yeah.
the Billionaire song, like, that was the first thing I've heard, like, on the radio with this guy. I never heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you take credit for that, but I'm saying, like...
Well, I mean, I made a lot of people famous. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it. No, but for real, that was the first one I really feel like.
Bruno was kind of, he was kind of just the studio rat at the time. Him and Phil and Ari, they were a production team. They were called the Smeezingtons. And Aaron Bashuk was my A&R at the time in Atlantic. And he was like, yo, I want you to come to Cali and write with this dude, Bruno. And I'm like,
yeah,
all right, fuck it. We went there.
Never heard of him?
Never heard of him. I mean,
Damn.
I don't think he had anything out at the time, honestly. And but like day one, and the energy these two motherfuckers had together, like they were they could literally have a fucking comedy show, like like off the top, like it's like they shared a brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was amazing, and I was like, I fuck with these dudes. And then like hearing Bruno sing and like just riffing on ideas, I'm like, this
incredible,
motherfucker
man.
He's a walking jukebox. Like just throw a song at him. If there's a guitar, he'll play it and sing the shit out of it. Like he's the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. So the first time meeting him actually was that time, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Were you sober then too, or no?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not sober then.
That thing you made like a banger with like not being sober. So
like,
I'm not trying to say
that was one of the first. Actually, that was probably the first or second session that we did Billionaire. Like
wow.
Yeah.
And so that's like your first kind of like solo thing.
Yep, it was, and
it reminds me of the Everlasting, the House of Pain thing. Then Everlast had the solo record.
The Whitey Ford.
Yeah, man.
That shit,
I was stoked. I was like so happy for you. That was fucking crazy moment.
I mean, I feel like after we recorded it, there was one discrepancy because Bruno had written the hook, right? Like he had the hook like kind of sussed out, and there was a line. He was like, instead of Oprah and the Queen, I think he said like P. Diddy and the Queen. I was like, fam, I am not. I refuse. I rebuke you, devil. I am not saying P. Diddy's name in a fucking song. It's not happening. It's not happening. So we rewrote that and everything was cool. But after I feel like leaving that session, we kind of knew that we had something special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the last like reggae tinged song that was on the radio was probably like something Shaggy put out or something like, or maybe like, ooh, baby, I love your way, Big Mountain. Remember those dudes?
Yeah. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. And then most recently too, was it Cupid's Chokehold that went crazy on TikTok? Was that?
Yeah, that was like out of nowhere.
I remember talking to you and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and it's insane because a couple weeks after that, that album was certified gold. Like,
wow, it's
it's pretty insane.
Wasn't gold before that?
It was on its way. It was on its way, but TikTok just tipped it right over.
That's incredible, man.
It's what's that? 3 times. Oh, it's 3 times. Oh shit, sorry. 3 times platinum.
Oh, it is 3 times platinum.
3 times gold.
Okay.
Sorry, 3 times gold. Yeah, what am I tripping? I gotta go.
So that's like it's $1 million. That's sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. And just goes to show you, man, the power of these fucking. These socials and like these.
Dude.
I remember.
Were you on TikTok at that point?
No, I had volunteered myself to be a part of other people's TikToks back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But I had never really like dug into it. I think I may have made one with my niece like back in the day. But after that, I was like, damn, like they showing love. I gotta show love back. So we started the TikTok page. It's pretty funny.
You saw your sales go up and all that. Obviously, everything went up from that. It's fucking nuts,
sure.
man.
It's insane. And I think J. Cole, that song from Born Sinner, She Knows. I think the same shit just happened with him. Like,
recently,
that became like a huge TikTok.
I fucking love J. Cole, man.
Yeah, you never know what's going. We were just listening all day today.
I love that he's like he's off the grid. He's only on social media. He has to promote something.
Absolutely.
He lives in the Carolinas. He's fucking humble.
Super humble.
Live, he's incredible. Like he's a role model. Like Him and Kendrick, like my two top as far as the ones that aren't on the grid. And they come up, they deliver amazing music, man.
Always,
and super like inspiring. You know what I mean?
Super
like
inspiring. I met Cole at I think it was a Mac Miller show way back in the day, and just showed mutual love. You know what I'm saying? And just super sweet.
That'd be a sick collab, you and him, man. Fuck.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, you've always loved hip hop. You were rhyming, like I said. You're going, and you also did you win like some MC battle, like on Direct Effect, MTV Beach House?
That's when we were talking about the Fat Beat shit. That's so. MTV. Remember that show Direct Effect?
Yeah,
It was like after Yo MTV Raps, and Lala Anthony was a host, and DJ Clue. They were both the hosts, and I think Clue was sick. Well, let me start from the beginning. So Direct Effect, I saw a commercial like, yo, send a tape in of you rapping, freestyling, whatever, and we'll fly you down to the MTV Beach House at what was on the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, Jersey Shore.
So fucking gross.
How old were you then?
So nasty.
When this happened?
19, probably 18, 19, and yeah, probably 18 or 19. I couldn't tell you, but I was young.
Yeah.
And so I sent my tape in, and they hit this kid that was our manager at the time, hit him back, and they were like, yo, they want to fly you down to the MTV Beach House to battle some dude. And I'm like, fuck it, let's go. So we all like packed, got in the van, drove down there, and so I don't know who the hell I'm going up against, blah blah. And I'm like, so we chilled, walked up and down the boardwalk the first night, and then the next day was a taping. And I think DJ Clue got sick, so they had Styles P host the shit. And
that's sick.
So
underrated MC, by the way.
Super underrated.
Yeah.
The Ghost, man. The Ghost. I love Styles, man. So so the next day is the taping, and they come to our hotel and bring us over to where they're taping at. And so see this short dude, like I was like, I think that's who I'm battling. And it was, and his name was the Specialist.
Okay.
And so like I'm just sizing this dude up, and this shit is gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we introduced ourselves, and like back then I was going by my rap name, which was Schlep Rock.
Sick.
And
Schlep Rock?
Schlep Rock, the Bad Luck Woodchuck. Don't tell nobody. You ain't heard it from me.
The Bad Luck Woodchuck?
The Bad Luck Woodchuck. Yeah, I'm still like 20, almost 30, 20 something years later, I'm still trying to find this footage, yo.
Damn, somebody's got that shit.
So homie told me he was from where, not Allentown, PA, but outside of Philly.
Okay.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
What was it? He was it was like far from Philly. You know what I mean? But when we introduced ourselves and where we were from, I'm like, yo, I said my name, I'm from Geneva, New York, blah, blah. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I'm the Specialist from Philly. I'm like, nah. In my head, I'm like, nah, fucked up, bro. Like, so like, when we started battling, I called him out. I was like, bro, you said you're from Philly. Like, that's like, you from 3 hours away. Like, that's me trying to claim Buffalo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, fuck out of here. Like,
or Manhattan.
So I destroyed him, right? And I kind of remember the last line. It was something like I said something like I said after I called him out about not being from Philly, I said, I just exposed your X-Files like Fox Mulder. I'm all for Ninja Turtles combined. You're just a foot soldier. And then Styles P dropped the mic and started running around us like, yeah!
Wow.
And I was like, I got this shit, yo. I got this shit.
That's fucking amazing,
and
man.
Then, so it gets worse. It gets worse. So my prize was for winning the battle. MTV was gonna fly me down to New York, and it was supposed to be like this cool like thing. And I got a cameo in Styles P's next video.
Holy shit.
So listen, so they fly me down, put me in this shitty ass hotel, like they do this fake behind the scenes shit, like, hey yo, you remember me? I'm on the fucking battle, whatever. Now I'm here to do the Styles P video. And it's funny because Mark Klasfeld, who did the video, did the fighter video for us.
Okay.
Years and years later. It's
funny
how shit works out. but if you sneeze, you will miss my ass in this video. I swear. Literally. And the craziest part is, I'm like covering my mouth, so all you see is my hand over my face and my eyes like wide open, like for like a half a second.
Oh,
and so like when the shit's airing, I got like 12 people at the crib, like, yo, it's about to be on. It comes on, and they're like, somebody want to rewind that? Like, I'm like, yeah, I ain't see it either, but I'm telling you, I'm in that bitch somewhere. Like,
damn.
And we caught the millisecond I'm in that bitch, and I was like,
what's the song called again?
Daddy Get That Cash.
Okay.
Yo.
Everybody's got to look for that.
Dude, like, I lived that night, head down the whole night. Like,
damn.
Yo.
At least you're in there though. It's fucking.
Yeah, exactly. And beyond that, like, I made really good friends with Styles, and like,
wow.
We chopped it up during the set. I bumped into him a million times after that, and he always like, yo, remember that shit at the boardwalk? I'm like, yeah, like.
That battle with Sick Dipset Locks was incredible.
Oh
man.
my Lord.
That was like goosebump everything, man. Dude.
That shit literally, like, it made me fall in love with her again. And you know what I'm referencing, right?
Hell
now,
yeah,
you know
Common. Yes,
like,
yes.
it made me fall in love with her again. Like, I swear to God, it was like, yo,
it was
like,
beautiful, man.
And the thing is, and see, that's the thing is, like, with hip hop, it's like it's all right to be cocky. Like, hip hop was, like, built on being cocky.
Totally.
But you show up to a versus unrehearsed, boy.
Yeah,
that cockiness shit is out the window.
It's
no
so
matter
true,
who
man.
the fuck you are.
It was hard to watch at times with watching.
Oh, bro,
watching Dipset. And
it was
stuff.
cringe-matic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like hurting because like I wanted to see like it go down, but like they just mopped him. Mopped him.
I know.
And it also made me forget how many dope fucking songs the Lox had, man. Like, man, what was the album? Is it We Are the Streets, the one that it looks like concrete?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
yo,
you like the Lox?
that
Yeah.
shit. Whoo, that song, "Fuck You." If y'all thought we wouldn't make it, fuck you.
Yeah.
Brand. Oh, they destroyed.
They didn't do "We Gonna Make It." They skipped some songs too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's so many.
Even his solo shit.
Yeah. But the fact that Jada called my, like, that ain't no New York shit. You don't rap over your tracks in New York. We don't do that shit in New York. I was like, yes.
Oh, right from the jump. He's like, yo, Cameron, you live in Florida. Miami. That shit just set the whole tone. I was like, holy shit. That shit was so
no
good.
holds barred.
Like, everybody had the jewelry on, and like Jimmy Jones had the guy come up put the thing on. It's like
so
those guys barely had
man.
any jewelry on. They were straight bars. Like Jadakiss was getting like, it was incredible.
I feel like fucking Dipset forgot half of their shit. Like literally just like letting the track rock. Like, I'm like, no.
So unprepared, bro.
And the breath control of Jada is just, it was humbling to say the least.
Did you ever just want to put out a straight boom bap hip hop record, just you straight rhyming? Did you ever want to do that?
I have, actually. I get asked that a lot of times. And my roommate in college, and still one of my best friends to this day, and now probably one of the dopest tattoo artists in upstate New York. His name's Cy1. We had a side project back in the day while gym class was. He was actually in part of gym class for a little while.
Okay.
And we had a side project called Bernie Allen, that we started like right around the time that I was about to drop out of college.
Okay.
And then he ended up leaving that semester too, and he moved to my hometown. And later on, and we wrapped up the Bernie Allen shit there. I'll send it to you.
Okay,
man.
yeah. So it never came out?
We burned our CDs and sold them at gym class shows, but we just wrapped up all the music for part 2. So I've done that, and then Bat Squad, which is just me and the homies. That's all straight hip hop shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and I've done a ton of features.
You did a lot of features, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, there's this joint that I did with Wayne and Alchemist.
Damn.
That I cannot find anywhere. I think the name was I can't remember the name of the song, but it was so dope, and it was with Wayne, so I had to snap. You know what I mean? Like I had to. Like, he killed it.
What if Alchemist has that?
He's got to. He's got to.
Think he does?
Definitely. I just asked him about the song when Wayne says, "I got the world in my hand." I think the song's called "I Know Your Name." I know your name. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I know your name.
And that it never came out.
I think either it didn't come out or Wayne used his verse for something else.
Okay.
But the track is silly. It's silly.
So I know you're doing solo stuff. So the last gym class Heroes was Paper Cut Chronicles, and that was 2015.
Yeah, Paper Cut
Part
Chronicles
2.
2.
Yeah, Part 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the last record.
That was the last gym
class.
That was the last record. Yeah, and then I put after that. I think we had 4 singles that did really, really well
on that.
Yeah, we had Stereo Hearts, Ass Back Home, The Fighter, and maybe one other one. So we toured on that record for a bit.
Yeah, did some 311 stuff, Offspring stuff too.
Oh, that was before the pandemic.
Okay.
That was recently.
That was like the last kind of
a few years ago. It was fun as hell too.
Yeah, but, my brother was on that.
I'm tripping. I seen him every day. I'm bugging.
And then you had the single with Sia too, right?
Yeah. That's
your solo.
Yeah. Right. Actually, I think that's the last song I put out was Golden.
And that was 2015.
No, Golden was after Rough Waters. Yeah.
That's
so I put out a bunch of singles after Paper Cut Chronicles 2, but this next record will be the first shit I've dropped since.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, A Spoonful of Cinnamon. It's a fucking great song, man.
Thank you so much,
and you were sending me stuff too, if you remember, maybe during the pandemic too, like a couple things to listen to. It's probably in the same record, probably. I don't know. I have some stuff that she sent me in Dropbox. I had some songs. I don't know what it was, though.
It was probably one of them nights. It was probably one of them nights. You know what
I got some shit from you, too, yeah. So I don't know if it's from that fucking... Yeah. So when's this record come out?
Top of the year. Yeah.
Okay.
The next single will be out the 26th or 22nd, right? It'll be out the 22nd of this month. It's called Love Me Back to Life. We shoot the video tomorrow out here. I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's gonna be fun, man. I'm just stoked to, this album is almost like fucking shit.
I'm sure it's therapeutic too. Is it therapeutic to make?
Oh man, so we record the whole shit in Nashville, and I'd never spent that much time in Nashville.
Yeah,
and it's a vibe down there, bro.
You like it?
It's amazing, and I record the whole shit with gym class Matt and my man Jared. Kurtstein pretty much produced the whole shit, and being in Nashville just did something to me, bro. And you'll hear it in the record, just not being afraid. You know what I mean? Because being so far away from New York, where the label or management can just hop in,
Can you get that? Sorry, I might be my son.
At least you know she got your back. My dog's wild out. They can
he
hear.
Does?
Yo, we have this long ass driveway. They can hear cars up on a hill.
Oh shit!
They bug out. So if anybody comes to the house, they're getting ripped up. But
she did in Nashville. That's sick, man. Yeah.
So and then we figured out the situation with Hopeless, and I eventually ended up signing with Hopeless, and they're putting it out, which I'm stoked about.
Hopeless. That's sick, man. Yeah. It's a throwback. Yeah.
Super throwback, right? And so. Yeah, they just the feedback I got from them.
Yeah.
When I turned the record in, I was like, this is what I want. This is the team I need behind me. You know what I'm saying, to make this shit happen, because it was genuine. I could, it wasn't all right, cool. Now we're gonna put you in the studio with so and so and such and such.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I spent way too much time and money to make this shit happen. You know what I mean? And I'm super proud, man. Fucking 7, 8 years in the making. You know what I mean? If you put all the time together,
so before you're sober and when you're sober, it's amazing, man.
And it covers everything.
I'm sure
that whole time. The album definitely.
How many songs on it?
How many did clock out? 12, 13? 17.
Wow.
With interludes and shit. But
it's exciting, man.
There's a lot of shit that didn't make the record as well.
You never stop writing, being creative. It seems like you have so much shit going on, man.
Always.
Always writing.
I feel like it's like muscle memory, man. But I feel like when I stop, I get super critical of myself when I get back in. You know what I mean? It's even if it's just a bar or two, just to keep that muscle memory, and keep the fucking the gears churning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
man. All the creativity, man, and like you never stop, you never run out. There's always stuff going on.
I mean,
is it hard for you to shut your mind off at night?
Like yeah, but mostly because of my fiance. She's up watching fucking travel vlogs of people eating food and shit.
Okay, but it seems to you seems like somebody have always thinking of shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, either whether it's music or art, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just got to be doing something.
And you're still doing art too, right?
Absolutely.
I saw you doing the paintings too, like during the pandemic.
Yeah. During that kept me sane.
Yeah,
that kept me sane for sure. Like, yeah, I'm just grateful and blessed to have these outlets. You know what I mean? Like, and you
look great. It's great to be with you, hanging out with you when you're sober, because I haven't seen you like that in so long. It's like
too damn long.
Yeah, like, you look young. You look rested. You know what I mean?
Just turned 40, man.
Damn, bro.
Just turned 40.
Catching
month.
up to me. That's fucking crazy.
Shit, yeah.
Only 40. You've done a lot in your life, damn. Holy shit.
It's wild to think about, man.
It's a good time for a kid too. That's a good age.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Had that little weirdo when I was 30 something. Yeah, like 36 or something. Yeah.
Weirdo. That big weirdo, bro.
The big weirdo.
He's getting huge.
Do you have any major regrets in your life?
Damn,
some people say
that's a real one.
I know.
I would say the biggest regret is probably the time I lost chasing drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like the bridges I burnt with some people, and the time I lost with my band. You know what I mean? Like isolating myself and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of downtime. You know what I mean? Sometimes that we could have been doing like a lot of cool shit together and bonding it. But I mean, you think that like after a while you get sick of each other, but there's always something fun to do in whatever town you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
are you guys still tight, gym class guys?
Yeah, me and Matt are like, I mean, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Forever. Like, yeah.
That's you've been through a lot, so it's amazing. It's amazing you're still close. You know what I mean? Yeah, you've been through a lot of shit together. He's seen you in all different
shit. A lot of shit. And just like you, like never there was never any judgment. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, Matt and I never really talked about, like the demons I was battling while we were on tour, but we like not too long, like a couple years ago, it was like the first time we actually said, he's like I knew, like, he's like, I didn't want to push you further away. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, I get it. He's like, you know what I mean? Times I'd be in my bunk, like, fuck, like, I want to go in there and like, talk to him, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But like,
it's heavy.
And then that's when you realize how fucking selfish that you are. You got people freaking out in the front of the bus, worried about you. You know what I mean? Like, addiction is some selfish shit. Like, it's probably the most selfish fucking thing you could do. Like is be a junkie for sure, because that's all you give a fuck. At some point you stop giving a fuck about yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let alone, friends and family. Like, it's terrible.
He's a true friend though, man, with you the whole time, and fucking, it's amazing, man.
For sure.
It was probably super stressful and scary for him as well.
I'm sure, absolutely. I mean, from what
and for you to be able to sit here and say that, honestly, it's like, fuck, man. Yeah. You're such in a good place, man. I'm so happy for you. You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking. I'm stoked for your record, all that.
That's love, man. I'm stoked to be here with you, man.
Yeah, this is awesome, man.
For real. I've been stoked for the past 3 days to come over this time.
Do you have any daily rituals you do?
Since the pandemic, like, shit is literally like been I forget what day it is sometimes now, you know what I mean? So, but that's something I'm definitely working on now. Like, I got my little workout routine that I do daily. You know what I'm saying? I started like when I did my little detox or whatever, and I'm just trying to build that up a little more and commit to that for right now.
You're 40 now, bro. You gotta fucking
it's
all downhill from here, bro.
I already know. I got all the warnings at my birthday. You know what I'm saying? At my birthday party.
Yeah, it's like it's good for your mind too. All that shit.
For sure.
Any kind of exercise.
I always feel good. Like I go in the house after I do my thing and I'm sit, chill. I'm like, damn, like, it just feels good to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to keep building on, adding things to that regimen. You know what I mean? That are productive and get me out the fucking house. You know?
Yeah, yeah. You always seem like a positive person. You consider yourself like optimist or pessimist?
I think I'm a pessimist.
Ooh.
Like that.
That's a new one. My wife says realist. That's a new one.
I'm a positivist.
Positivist.
Yeah, I'm like I'll check it from both angles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For a long time until I make a decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I guess but I'm always like hoping for the best. You know what I mean? Like, but I do have friends that are totally just like doom and gloom. Everything sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sometimes you need that balance.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like you need those.
But you've been
sad,
through
like,
some doom and gloom and you made it out. That's what I'm saying though. Like
for sure.
you're super.
For sure.
Somebody's keeping you alive and somebody's keeping you focused and
Most
staying
definitely.
creative during all this stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fucking amazing. And we definitely believe in yourself.
Absolutely. I mean the shit, like you said, the shit I've gone through and seeing people drop off for way less. You know what I mean? So like I'm lucky as fuck.
Yeah. Was there a moment for you getting sober now where like fuck was there like a rock bottom thing or you had a bunch of rock bottoms?
I
like
mean,
for this recent sober.
This was nowhere near a rock bottom at all. Like my rock bottoms were hard.
Okay, okay.
Like, crack your head open rock bottom. But I feel like I had the wherewithal being through the shit I've been through to recognize that shit was getting out of hand before all that. You know what I'm saying? So I always kind of like every morning kind of pat myself on the back like you TM that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
plus you have a lady too. And so you have love in your life, somebody cares about you, looking out, you know what I mean?
And
like
tons of fucking friends.
Yeah, got good friends around you.
I mean,
that's the most important thing, man. It's like
always. And it sucks that it takes you so fucking long to realize that. You know what I mean? Well, it took me a long time to realize that like all this other shit doesn't mean shit unless you do have a solid fam and people you can turn to.
People that love you and care about you and worry about you.
Absolutely.
Do you have to go back and reach out to people and say you're sorry for shit? Like people do that?
Oh, for sure. That's
probably heavy too.
Earlier on, like that's part of the 12-step program and shit. Like, admitting you're wrong and the shit that you've done to people and my list was long, bro. So I had to make a lot of text messages and phone calls.
Yeah.
But it was therapeutic, you know what I'm saying? Like even if no one got back to me or I mean there was times where I get, a phone call or text back from somebody that was like, damn, I never really felt that way. Like I never thought you did me wrong.
Wow.
But like,
and you saw it that way. Yeah.
But like, they're like, thanks. Like, and shit, like.
But that goes a long way for people though.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, and all that shit stays in the back of your head, like that guilt and shame and that shit doesn't go nowhere. So like going through that process kind of helps alleviate that shit. You know
for sure, and your family too. Your family's been around the whole time. Like
absolutely,
you're super tight with them.
Always like my family's more spread out than they used to be.
Yeah,
but
Wait,
they make trips. I make trips.
Hey, this kid trying to roll up and take my credit card during my fucking podcast.
Let me grab that real quick.
Serious, Max? No. Are you pulling up on my serious conversation?
That's what dads are
and you're trying to come up and tax my fucking credit card during this fucking serious emotional moment with my friend Travie? What is wrong with you?
I dropped a $100 bill somewhere in Malibu.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I'm having a moment with my man right here, man. Get the fuck out of here. I love you. Get out of here. You're fucking 18. You got a job, dude. You're 18. You got a job. Where you going?
I'm going to get food.
Get me some fucking food too, man. We're going to dinner at 6.
He was running the shit out of that spot last night.
My man got 3 incredible Yelp reviews, and they fucking brought him in the office. He wears this. Yo, listen, I just want to say that I've never seen anybody in my day and age wear their work hat outside of their work. Nobody's wearing the McDonald's gear when they're out. He's got pride, bro. He's got pride in his fucking job.
What they call it in what's that movie with homie that plays Deadpool when they work at the diner?
Oh yeah, they got the different things. The Flash.
What's that shit called?
The Flash or whatever.
Flash
what's her face? It was what's her face from Friends.
Yo, what's that shit they call?
Flash or it's called. And they wear it on their shits like their pride.
Flair, yeah,
their flair. Max, you got pride from your job though. We gotta be somewhere. We're gonna be somewhere at 6, man. Don't get lost.
No, I'll be back.
Kick it out my face.
I'll be back.
Now I forgot where I was in this serious moment with my man right here. You're fucking annoying as fuck. Well, we know. Well, I'm so happy you're fucking here. I'm so happy you're sober. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate.
I didn't know what Travie because last time I saw you was that.
And
we've talked. We've texted. Oh, you've been sending me music. I don't know, like, and I always think to myself, is it him by himself out there, or is he have friends around him? And like. To know you're hot, you're in good hands, and you're focused. You have this music coming out, and the song's amazing. What's the album called?
Never Slept Better.
Fuck,
Never
that's
slept
fucking
better.
great,
Yeah,
man.
you're gonna love it, man. I'm gonna send you a link.
And it's like a new chapter in your life. Like you're 40 years
Absolutely.
old. You're
A whole
fucking
new
happy with
chapter.
your fiance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy you live in upstate New York, away from all that shit,
Oh,
dude.
I love it.
That makes me
I love
happy
it.
too, because I remember you were in Manhattan for a while in the apartment out
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows what's going on there?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't
know.
tell you.
And then you're back in your roots and your family and all that shit's so fucking important.
Yeah,
dude,
it
man.
is. It really is, man. It really
Fuck.
is. And,
I'm so proud of you,
I'm
dude.
looking
You've done
forward to
so
what's
much.
to come.
You've given so much good music to the world, even with gym class and with your solo
Thank
stuff,
you so
and
much, brother.
and gave so much. You
Likewise,
should know that you're
likewise.
fucking loved, because it's probably sometimes like when you're ahead or when you were high, like, and you're in your little world, like don't think people care, but people care about you. Like
For sure.
you've changed all lives yourself. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
inspire a lot of people. So I think people will be so psyched to see and hear the new stuff and just see you as you are now and hear these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And you can inspire so many people that are going through it or have been through it.
Shit, yeah. I mean, that's,
You know?
I mean, all we can do is, like, do what the fuck we do, live, be happy, love, and be of service. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and help. I mean,
I'm excited
I
for
never
you.
thought I'd make it to 30, like, real
Damn,
talk. And
yeah.
here I am, 40, still hanging on.
Yeah,
strong.
I'm excited.
Strong.
I'm excited for you, man.
Strong.
I want to
Thanks,
tattoo
man.
you again too. I think
Absolutely, and I'll be wide the fuck awake.
I've-
bro. Wide awake, bro.
I've got a lot better since I've done that.
I hope the hell so, because you was, I mean,
I know it stayed
might have
in.
been- I know I might have been asleep, but that shit hurt like
Yeah.
a motherfucker. Yeah, it's stuck, bro. Shit
I know
really
it's it looks good. Fuck. Well, obviously Luke Westman's right there. Shout out to Luke.
Yeah.
His is like the legit one next to you. Here's a final thing, fun part. Top 5.
Oh,
It could be inspirations. It could be MCs. It could be artists.
okay,
but-
just anything. Just
Well, I know
top
Hall
5
and Oates
anything.
is in there, but it inspired you the most. You know what I mean? Maybe saved your life with their music too, as well.
Oh wow. Damn, Hall and Oates for sure.
Yeah, for sure. They better be on your fucking hands.
My pops.
That's dope.
Gangstar.
Woo! Nobody talks about
shout out to-
Gangstar.
Yeah, come on. man.
Incredible.
Come on. That's 3, right?
Yeah, I just got a Guru tattoo recently.
Did you?
I want the logo, but it's just hard to get the logo. I have no room
You know, we
for
did
the
a
logo.
Cupid's Chokehold remix with Guru, right?
Really?
Yeah. Like I think it was like, it was during that cycle.
So you got to meet him and
It's
stuff?
floating out there. I didn't meet him during when he recorded his verse, but he came out and did it with us at a show in New York. I think it was at Knitting Factory when that was open back in the day.
In fact, great shows out there.
Insane.
That's maybe where you sang with us at one of the, I don't know if that was show. Maybe it was
Was
Blender
that?
Theater.
No, that
Blender
was-
Theater.
Was it? I thought it was at Terminal 5.
Okay.
Was it Terminal 5? I thought it was
I
Terminal
don't know.
5.
We
no?
came sang Thinking Water. It was great. It was a great moment.
That shit was so awesome. I still got all the pictures from that shit too.
So Gangstar,
Yeah.
your pops, Hall and Oates.
Hall
That's
and
a pretty
Oates.
sick top 3.
I'm trying to think like LP,
Woo!
Run the Jewels,
Damn.
and H2O straight up.
Chill out, bro.
That's serious.
You say that on another podcast only because I'm here.
When we first met, man.
That's
Like
fuck.
that.
Damn, I'm
For
fucking.
sure.
I'm flattered to be in that mix. I want to say too that Run the Jewels was like one of the best hip hop records of 2020.
Easily.
So underrated, dude.
Ooh la
La la, oui,
my
oui.
my fiance for Christmas got me a coffee mug that said ooh la la oui oui. You know?
But nobody talked about that record that year. It was
It's
incredible, man.
I think it's because it was right before the pandemic.
I love
right?
Killer Mike too. He's
Oh,
fucking.
He's a fucking
dude. His
G and a
voice, his
half.
platform, everything about him is
Yeah.
fucking.
right on, man.
So those are your top 5 for real, bro.
That ass.
Damn.
Like being on the spot like that.
I'm in there with Gangsta.
Give me 3 days. H2O would still be in there.
I'm fucking stoked. Thank you so much for your time. I think I need to double check my notes. I always have to double
What
check
up,
my shit.
what
We
up?
covered a lot of shit, right? Okay, dude. I know you're fucking
Shout out to Nice and Smooth too.
dude.
That was
Nice
my
and
jam.
smooth, yeah,
Woo.
dude. Dude, how amazing was the Warped Tourism, man? That was such an important part of our careers, man.
So I mean, it was like
You did a bunch of those too.
we did like 6 or 7.
Damn.
Like, maybe
And the diversity of that tour, especially later on.
later on, yeah,
Yeah,
later on.
fuck,
Because
man.
they used to put all the hip hop acts in this little ass tent, like
Yeah. I mean, Ill Bill was in there. I remember that.
Yeah, Nonfiction did
Yes,
it for
I
a
love
summer.
Nonfiction.
Yep, I remember that. We were on it the
Okay.
year that Ill Bill did it. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That's
That-
really
that's
crazy.
another underrated
Code
group.
Of the Cuts tent.
That's another underrated group. Nonfiction, Ill
Super
Bill,
underrated.
Necro.
Super
all those
underrated.
dudes, man.
Damn.
Coca Nostra, Slain.
Yep.
There's a lot of underground
Slane's a
shit.
beast.
He's such a beast. And a great actor, too.
Amazing actor. Amazing actor.
Dude, it's
No,
crazy.
my favorite part is in
And which one?
in
I just watched it the other day.
The one when they're bank robbers.
The Town.
The Town.
Woo!
I'm trying to make the shit sound authenticious.
Yeah.
It's like, what authenticious? It's like, what the fuck kind of word is that?
Dude, that's a great one, man. And Max saw that for the first time today. He fucking loves it.
Oh my god, such a great movie.
And you love Company Flow too. That's like one of the first one.
Absolutely.
The arsonist you get into.
That Company Flow is like that first Punk Crusher Plus was like my first venture into that like deep New York underground shit.
Yeah.
And that opened me up to so much other shit, man. And then like the whole Def Jux era came where L was just putting out dope artist after dope artist after dope artist. You know what I mean? Aesop Rock, Mr. Liff, fucking Cannibal Ox, all that shit. And I was just like I remember at one point there was like, I mean, fuck it. The whole Def Jux run, I can say there was not a single album that label put out that I did not fuck with.
Wow.
Even like there was this record, Party Fun Action Committee, which was like a joke. It was like like it's like Weird Al Yankovic type hip hop shit. Like even that shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just hilarious. It was just like hip hop comedy. Like it was like hip hop Tenacious D. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so funny.
What about a new artist, a new hip hop artist that you fuck with? You really love? Are you listening to new stuff?
You know what? There's not a lot, to be honest with you, but there are, and this is what I tell people, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people, you know, there's this, I feel like there's this, and a lot of times it goes unspoken, like the old head versus new generation conversation shit. But like, if you go back and like, you know, like hip hop, like you and I grew up on all the shit that we like. Or like when I was in high school and everybody was like, oh, fucking Diddy's wearing the shiny suits and but there's always an alternative because De La Soul was still putting out dope shit. I mean, there's like
Tribe,
artificial intelligence, like there's always an alternative and you know people are like this mumble rap shit like I'm like there's always something out there that's like defying that. And so like there's cats like I love, like Isaiah Rashad is one of my favorite rappers right now. Mick Jenkins, I fuck with Anderson .Paak. Like
he's incredible, man.
The truth, man.
Incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot. What have I been listening to lately? There's this artist that Travis Scott signed named Don Toliver, who's fucking amazing.
Wow. Okay. I like Travis too.
Yeah, he's for me it's kind of like there's gaps where like yo this shit is dope and I'm just like and then it comes back and I'm like all right and but not to shit on nobody or
no for sure
parade, but then there's this kid that I've been heavy into for a while. His name's Tom Tripp. He's from the UK and he writes and produces all his own shit. Super duper talented. My man West Period, he's from out here. Like there's just anybody out there who's bummed on music or the state of music, there's always an alternative.
100%. And we can say the same thing about punk and hardcore. Oh, exactly. It sounds watered down now. Yeah, it's not hard enough. But like I'm 51, you're 40. Mm-hmm. It's like everything's going to change. And
for sure, always does.
And we're not supposed to understand all of it, but we should respect it and appreciate it's still here.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I love Turnstiles are my favorite.
Yo, we just listening to that
Turnstile
is so ridiculous.
I saw him live last week for the second time, and it just embodies everything that I love about punk, hardcore, pop, hip hop, energy, positivity. They're so fucking talented. Their songs are so good. They're great kids. You know, that's a group of these kids from Baltimore and the East Coast vibe. Trapped Under Ice, Angel Dust, all these bands together. They're fucking awesome, dude.
So insane,
dude. I love them, man.
So like we were listening to that like I had
311 vibe.
Yo, it's all over the fucking place. That's what I love. It's like when there's no ceilings. You know what I'm saying? Like no restraints. Just fucking make dope shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the motto. Like we have two mottos when I'm in the studio. Is DTS, which is Dare to Suck. And MDS, which is make dope shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like take chances fucking and go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, so if Turnstile is the future, I'm so proud. Like I'm proud.
Real.
Like as an older hardcore dude, like that's like, and just live, just everything about it. It's just fucking dope. And they have cool samples on the record, just interludes. Like
for real. It's one of those ones you can definitely. It's just it's a vibe all the way. You know what I mean?
And when you hear like the inspiration of bands that we grew up on. it's such a respectful taste on it, and I don't know. Do you want to hear like, oh, that sounds like that? That's the best thing I liked about that band, that they're inspired. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They
take the best of their influences.
Dude.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, it's such a diverse crowd, young, old. Like the other night, I was with Fletcher and Doug from Daganassi, and everybody's rocking out. It's all young kids diving. We're just wearing our masks, chill, watching these kids go. I just felt so old, but I felt so proud. Like, this is fucking sick. Picking each other up.
But you guys built the platform from the jump off of. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. Absolutely. Thank you.
Like you guys, come on. You already know. You already know, son. You already know, son.
Well, thank you, man. This has been fucking awesome, man. I appreciate you hitting me up. You guys coming on. Like, man. I'm honored you guys want to come on my shit.
I'm honored to be here, bro.
Thank you, man.
I hope I left a little New York in the kitchen for you.
You did, for sure. It's only uphill now. Now it's Joe Rogan next for you, man.
Oh, shit.
From the circuit.
For real.
All right, thank you so much, Trav, for being here.
No, thank you for being a brother.
Yo, love you, man. Hodge, great seeing you. Thanks for being here. Max, no thanks to you for interrupting my pod, my fucking moment.
No thanks to you.
Moment with my man. We have like a fucking moment. He asked for the credit card. You're 18.
He tried to be slick about it, though. He was like trying to do the slide. He was like, what?
Fucking 18 with a
that
job.
Dad hand.
Man, I haven't worked in 2 years, motherfucker. This guy's got a full-time job. Like, leave me alone. All right. They can find you online. Just your name, right?
Yeah, just Travis McCoy on all socials, right?
And the record's on Hopeless?
Yep.
Sick, man.
Shout out to Hopeless, Lewis,
so
Toby,
cool. That's part of their fan for so many years, man.
Yeah, they're great, man.
Shout out to Fall Out Boy, too, man, because they fucking...
Man, I wouldn't have a fucking career if it wasn't for those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Wouldn't have a career.
That's a sick reunion, too, them coming back and being bigger than they were. It's fucking incredible. I wanted to see that tour so bad. Like, I was going to have Andy on, but they have to stay in their bubble on this tour. I get it. They were at the Forum last week. But a great band, great dudes.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, it was a big part of your life, too. It's amazing. We'll have to do part 2 someday.
We got to.
The sober Travie. I'm fucking so psyched, man. I had no idea what today's gonna be, man. I'm so fucking psyched, man.
I'm glad I didn't let you down.
And you're aging well,
take
too.
a nap. Thanks,
and
man.
You look great.
I'll send you a picture of my dad. I'm gonna look like this for a while.
And you got good hair too, man. You got good hair too.
Thanks.
I'm jealous of that.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, bro. Peace. Hey, y'all. Liquid Death's been so kind to give me a promo code. So for your first purchase on liquiddeath.com, go to liquiddeath.com/OLOC, and you get a free set of koozies with your first purchase of H2O, still or sparkling. If not, you can try it also at Whole Foods or 7-Eleven. Use the promo code OLOC for your first purchase of Liquid Death. Thank you, Liquid Death, for your support. Appreciate you so much. Murder your thirst. H2O saves lives, y'all.